So today we're going to be changing out motor mounts, and this is the old one and this is the new one. We're going to show you how to get into the old one, what to do to safely support your motor so it doesn't drop when you disconnect it, as well as how to get in the new ones and all the torque specs to do that. The reason we're going to be changing out this mount is because we have excessive vibration coming from the engine. I had a shop check it out and they said this is the only one out of the 3 that are bad. You can change all 3 at once. I'm just going to be doing this one today though. Now it may sound kind of scary to be doing an engine mount. Conceptually it's really not that big a deal. The engine's still going to be attached in 2 other places. What you need to do is support the engine from the underside while we swap out this one mount on the right side. The Ford manual even specs to have a floor jack as well as a wooden block. It's, again, sounds kind of funny that the manual would spec a wooden block, but all it is a soft in-between between the floor jack and your oil pan. The thing, we're not going to be trying to lift the engine up. All we're doing is trying to support the engine from dropping down when you change out the nuts in the mount. The Ford manual also calls for the car to be in neutral during this procedure. So just to make sure the car doesn't roll out of place, I have wheel chocks behind the 2 back wheels and I have the front slightly up on jack stands to keep it from moving. Now just a reminder, we're trying to get that swapped out. So what we need to do is take off the wiper cowling, we're going to take off this cover here, and we're going to lift up the coolant reservoir here by detaching it from the 2 tabs and making sure that the hoses can flex out of the way so that we can get to all the nuts along here. Alright, so now before we pop up our coolant reservoir, we need to make sure that the lines can flex to be able to lift it up and move it out of the way a little bit. Be aware that if these lines are old, they could be brittle. I already replaced this coolant return line. Be gentle when you go to lift this up and move it out of the way so you don't snap any fittings. To give this line a little bit more wiggle room, I'm going to pop it out of this connector here. And then if this is my headlight, the reservoir has a mounting tab right here, and then one on the back as well right there. So all I'm going to do is kind of firmly but consistently apply pressure to pull it up. I'm going to work it front to back so that it pops up. I'm really going to try not to move this anywhere much different than where it is now. I just need to be able to get it out of the way a little bit to get to the nuts. And so as you can see, I have the jack stands in the front, I have the wheel chocks behind the back wheel, and we're going to be touching off on the bottom of that oil pan with this wood block on the floor jack. I really just made contact with it. Once I felt any resistance whatsoever on the jack, I stopped cranking. So our scope of work is going to be 1, 2, 3 nuts on the right side, that bolt on the bottom there, and then that bolt on the bottom there. Go for these first 3 nuts here. They're 18 millimeters. Didn't want to give it first, but just did. Now I'm not going to take all these off yet. I'm just going to break them free so that in case the engine does move a certain amount, the nuts are still holding it on there. All right, so there's a lot of tension back on this nut here, so I'm going to go down and check my floor jack and make sure it's supporting okay. All right, everything seemed to be okay, so I'm going to keep going. All right, all these nuts are pretty loose, so it seems like the floor jack's doing its job of supporting it. I thought it was a nut, but it pulled the whole stud out. We'll see. All right, so all 3 studs came out. All right, now we're going to go for the 15 millimeter and take out the 2 lower bolts. All right, there's one. All right. Two. All right, so just to compare, my left hand is certainly not my strongest, and I'm able to move that dampener. So I got this new one here. Seems like it's gonna be a pretty big difference. So we're gonna put it in. So now we're gonna put our new one down in there. The holes seem to line up pretty well. There's a big gap now between the old one and the new one, so we'll just go a little bit at a time. All right, I'm gonna put the 15mm bolts back in place. I'm gonna get everything kind of in place before we really start getting the torque wrench out. If this video has been helpful so far, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out to get our videos out there. We'd really appreciate it. Okay. All right, so we have our 3 studs that we're gonna put back in now with the 18mm socket. I'm just gonna put them in by hand first. We're gonna get them close, and then I'm gonna get the torque specs. That's a problem. So what just happened is when I went to tighten it, the nut traveled down the stud instead of it sticking and going with the stud. So I don't know why I expected that to not happen. So what I need to do now is get a hold on the star on the top and the nut, back the nut off, and then just drive the stud with the star top instead of using the nut. So to get the nuts backed off of these studs, if they come all the way out, I just have a open box wrench in a vise to hold that 18mm side there, and then I just have a socket to unwind the stud from the top. All right, there we go. So looking at the highlighted lines here, the engine mount nuts and studs, the studs actually have 106 inch-pounds and the nuts have 59 foot-pounds. So that's what we're going to tighten them to. All right, so we have the studs in, and 106 inch-pounds converts to 8.83 foot-pounds, which is really not that much. It's basically hand tight when you're just using a regular socket wrench, and there's a bulge in the middle of those studs that'll stop them from going any deeper than they're supposed to. So those studs are good to go now. We're going to add the nuts. All right, so now we're going to do each of these nuts to 59 inch-pounds. I have my torque wrench here. It's kind of hard to see in the light, but we're just a hair under 60. We're at 59. I'm going to move from nut to nut because we are lifting the engine up a little bit. With a longer extension, I was able to get a little bit more stroke, and it definitely closed that gap. All right, all of them are kind of snug. I'm going to pull till I hear the click. There we go, there's one. There's 2. There's 3. All right, now we're gonna do the 2 bolts on the other side, and it's gonna be 66 foot-pounds. And again, this is the 15mm. All right, there's one. There's 2. Okay, moment of truth. We're gonna lower the wood block. Slide that out of there. Just to be safe, I'm gonna put it back in park. Take the key out. All right, everything seems to be well supported here. I'm gonna put things back together. We'll start up the engine and check it out. All right, now another moment of truth. We're gonna start the engine and see how smooth it is. Hopefully it's a big improvement. Oh, huge difference. Holy moly. Wow. Oh, I wish I replaced this thing sooner. It is such a difference in vibration. Holy moly. So if you've been dealing with vibration, this tutorial should be for you.